Hi, this is Aaron Dubinsky coming to you today from the Chut Shel Chesed Yeshiva Bet Knesset in beautiful city of Yerushalayim in Israel, under the auspices of our beloved Rabbi and spiritual guide, Rabbi Shalom Arush. May Hashem bless him always. I want to give you two questions to think about because I think they're very important, and they don't seem to be related very well, but in the end you'll see they're very related. One, let's start with a statement. I'm Jewish. I know. Who could believe it? I don't even look Jewish. People have told me that in the past, before the white beard, and they thought it was a great compliment. Little did they know. Anyway, I'm Jewish. I want to know, and it's a question we should all ask ourselves, why does everybody hate us? Come on, let's be realistic, okay? Let's not be Pollyanna here. We know it. It's gone down through history. People have tried to send us away. They tried to kill us off. They tried to imprison us. They've tried all sorts of things, and yet we're still here, which should tell you something. But it's obvious. They don't like us. They don't like us at all. What did we do? What did we do to them that make it don't like it? Did we kill somebody? We hurt somebody? What did we do? Did we lie to them about something? What did we do? Why do they hate us so much? What is the answer? The question is what? And where the answer is going to come back on a why. But let me tell you something. There's an old saying. It comes from Shakespeare, actually. Yeah, I used to be an actor. It's Shakespeare, Julius Caesar. And Cassius says to Brutus, the problem, dear Brutus, lies not in our stars, but in ourselves. Yeah, it's our fault. It's our fault. We're going to talk about that more in a minute. The other question I want you to put on the back burner to think about is do we really want Moshiach? And if so, how badly? Okay? And we'll come back to that in just a minute. So why is it our fault? What did we do? What did we say? What did we think? What was it we did that was so wrong? We're a little teeny tiny group of people. We can't do anything much to hurt much of anybody, nor have we tried, with the one exception of conquering the land of Canaan after we came out of Mitzrayim. That's it. And they're all dead, so they can't be any of them who hold that against us. So, what did we do? Or what didn't we do? We have a Torah. Pretty much every shul in the world has one or two or 6 or 10 or 12 or 20 Torahs in the ark, just like what we have back here. All these Torahs, what are they for? They're so important that we set ourselves up during a week not to go more than 2 days without taking a Torah out and looking at it and seeing what it says. 2 days. 3 times a week, Monday, Thursday, and Shabbos, we take the Torah out. Why? What do we do this for? To read a story about Abraham, Yitzhak, Yaakov? To read a story about Moshe Rabbeinu? Is it a book of stories? Is it a book of tales? It's a book of laws. It's an owner's manual for what we walk around in every day. You see, this is not us. This body that we see when we look in the mirror, this is not us. Us is the soul inside of this body that we see in the mirror every day, and we primp and we do whatever we have to make it look good. It's the soul. And the Torah is the guide, is the owner's manual to the soul. Now, being as this body carries the soul, of course, it's going to be reflected in the owner's manual. You drive a car. It has an engine. You don't ride on the engine. You ride in the car, which covers the engine. But the owner's manual covers what's in the engine, what's in the car, what's on the wheels, what's on the suspension. It covers everything. Same as Torah covers everything about us. It covers everything. It's a book that tells us how we are supposed to live. What are we supposed to do? How do we keep this body and this soul together? And how do we make it do what it's supposed to do? Not by our thoughts, but by Hashem's thoughts. You see, a world without Torah would be terribly confusing. Why? Where would our morality come from? Our morality would come from here. What do we think? What do we like? What do we want? And your answer to that question, and my answer to that question, and millions of other people's answer to that question may not agree at all. Therefore, someone had to set up morality. That's what the Torah does. It sets up a guide to living. It gives us rules of kashrus. It gives us rules of Shabbos. And it gives us many, many other rules of living that are designed to make our life meaningful, enjoyable, a life of love, a life of fulfillment. If you're sick and tired of being sick and tired, this is the book you want to read, folks. This is it. It tells you what you need to know to live the right kind of life. If you've never tried it, you cannot know what it does. If you have tried it and you haven't been satisfied, you probably need to look a little bit deeper. We need to look at what it is and why Hashem gave it to us. He's told us why he gave it to us. This is the rules we're supposed to live by. Not just us, but all the people around us. All the people. We are supposed to be a light unto the nations. And let me tell you something. If you don't live it, you can't give it. We have to live it ourselves first. And it has to go out to all the peoples of the world, because at some point in time, it says they're all the children of Hashem, and they are all the children of Hashem. How are they going to know what to do if we don't tell them? And I'm going to tell you what I think, and this is a theory, but take it for what it's worth. We all come from Hashem. All of our souls come from underneath the Kisei HaKavod. All of our souls, including theirs. Now, I'm not saying they know this, and I'm not saying they don't, but being as they come from the same place, do you think they might know some of the things we know, even if they don't consciously recall them? For example, there's a little dot way back here in the back of their brain that keeps saying to them, you know, the world could be a lot better place. It could be nicer. It could be cleaner. It could be more fun. It could be the kind of world where we all love each other and don't try to kill each other, or we don't try to take each other apart. They could have that. And then the other side is a little bit that says, you know what? The Jews were supposed to do this and teach us so that we could have that world. Because they haven't done it, because they haven't taught us, we have the big balagan that we're in right now. Come on, read the newspapers, read any news source, you'll know. It's a big balagan. It's a big mess. But we could have a better world if we would do what we're supposed to do. Follow the laws that we were designed to follow, and then teach them to the other people. Now, back to question 2, and how does it relate? Do we really want Moshiach? And how badly do we want Moshiach? Well, you have a lot of people all over the world, a lot of Jewish people, who want so badly to be accepted by other people who are not of our faith, they'll say almost anything to get a nod of approval. And I know that's sad, but you can see it again in the way things are happening. You have Jews in other places of the world, not in Israel, who don't even support Israel. As a matter of fact, they support the opposite of Israel. They support the other people who live here. And that's wrong. That's just wrong. That's not what Torah teaches. It's not the life we're supposed to live. It does not take us closer to Hashem, and it does not take us closer to teaching what we need to teach to the people. And that, my dear friends, is where Moshiach comes in. He's here. The Rabbis tell us he's already here. He's just waiting to be announced. What is he waiting for? What is he waiting for? He's waiting for us to do what we're supposed to do in at least a quantity enough to make it reasonable. He's waiting for us to do what we need to do. Part of what we need to do is we need to have unity. We need to help those around us who don't yet understand laws of Torah to understand how important they are and how they can learn them. We start by teaching our own, then we have more teachers. We're supposed to be a nation of priests. So we have more teachers to teach more people, to teach more people, to teach more people, and it goes on and on. And I don't know at what point this is, only Hashem knows, and perhaps Moshiach. At that point, my friends, that's where Moshiach comes in. He comes in at that point because we've shown we want to live the life that Hashem wants us to live. And we want to help others to live the life that Hashem wants us to live. So by helping all these people to live that type of life, we bring Moshiach closer and closer and closer. And when we begin to create the final redemption and the building of the third Beit HaMikdash, Bimheira b'yomeinu. Thank you, my dear friends. Stay close. Be close to the people around you. Live the life you are meant to live. Help the Jews around you to understand how important it is to become a good Jew, an observant Jew, and how important it is to teach those around us what it is so that we can bring Moshiach. Be well, my friends. All the best.